Bringing up Bates. Jackson surfaces online, but fans don't recognize him. Jackson Bates, one of the younger sons of the large Bates family featured on the reality television series Bringing Up Bates, recently reappeared on social media after a lengthy absence, but fans were left shocked by how much he has changed. The once boyish teen, who fans remembered from earlier seasons of the show, now looks completely different, and many longtime viewers could hardly believe it was him. This unexpected transformation has generated a wave of online discussion and speculation among fans of the series, further demonstrating the ongoing interest in the Bates family, even after the show's cancellation. Jackson Bates, the 12th child in the Bates family, and known for his humorous personality and laid-back presence on the show, has not been in the public eye for quite some time. While some of his siblings remain highly active on platforms like Instagram and YouTube, Jackson has generally kept a low profile. That's why his sudden reappearance in a recent family photo posted by one of his siblings caught fans by surprise. It wasn't just the fact that he was there, it was the way he looked. The 22-year-old appeared significantly more mature, sporting facial hair and a bulked-up frame that contrasted sharply with the thin, youthful appearance fans remembered. His hairstyle, fashion choices, and even body language all gave off a more grown-up vibe that had many asking, "Is that really Jackson?" The comments section of the post quickly filled with fans expressing disbelief. "I had to do a double take. That's Jackson," one follower wrote. Another added, "He looks like a completely different person, so grown up." Others simply commented with emojis of shock or confusion. The reaction was almost unanimous. People were not expecting Jackson to have changed so dramatically. In fan forums and social media groups dedicated to Bringing Up Bates, discussions popped up analyzing the photo. Fans speculated about what Jackson has been doing with his time out of the spotlight. Some noted that he seemed healthier and more confident, suggesting he had been focusing on personal growth, fitness, or perhaps a career that suits his interests. When Bringing Up Bates concluded, each of the family members had to decide how much of their personal life they wanted to continue sharing publicly. While many Bates children, especially the married Duggars, have leaned into the influencer lifestyle, Jackson has generally opted out of the limelight. His lack of a public Instagram page and minimal presence in family vlogs contributed to his low profile. In past episodes of the show, Jackson was known for his easygoing nature, love for outdoor activities, and strong connection with his brothers. He was often shown working on construction projects or participating in family outings. However, there was little information shared about his long-term plans, especially in the later seasons. Fans speculated whether he would join the family tree business, pursue independent work, or follow a path similar to some of his brothers who entered law enforcement or the military. This recent photo has reignited those conversations. Viewers are now wondering what career Jackson might be pursuing and what his current interests are, especially since he appears to have undergone a significant personal transformation. Part of what makes Jackson's reappearance so intriguing is how it contrasts with the well-documented lives of his siblings. For instance, his older brothers Zach, Lawson, and Nathan have remained in the spotlight for years through various ventures. Zach, the eldest, works in law enforcement and appears in family content regularly. Lawson pursued a music career and is married to actress Tiffany Espenson, and they often share updates online. Nathan, too, has stayed visible through social media and public speaking engagements. Meanwhile, Jackson's sisters like Alyssa, Erin, and Carlin have built strong followings with lifestyle and motherhood content. Their polished Instagram posts, YouTube channels, and brand collaborations have kept fans up to date with their day-to-day lives. In contrast, Jackson's decision to remain relatively private seems deliberate. His lack of presence online only added to the shock factor when fans finally saw him again. It highlighted how much he had matured while out of the spotlight, and created a sense of mystery around what he's been doing during that time. Jackson Bates essentially grew up on camera. When Bringing Up Bates began airing in 2015, he was just a young teen. Viewers watched him grow through adolescence, experiencing the ups and downs of life in a family of 19 children. This kind of exposure can shape a person significantly, and it may have influenced his decision to live a more private life as he reached adulthood. The transition from being a reality TV child star to an adult with a private life isn't always easy. For Jackson, stepping or becoming gay from the camera might have been a way to find his identity outside of the family brand. Many fans have expressed admiration for this choice, viewing his recent appearance as a sign of quiet maturity and personal growth rather than a desire for attention. While Jackson's sudden appearance has sparked conversation, it also raises questions about what the future might hold for him. Could he be preparing for a more public role? Is he planning to start a business or launch a social media presence? Or was this just a rare family gathering that happened to include a now unrecognizable Jackson? At this point, there are no clear indicators. However, fans are eager for answers. Some are even calling for a Bates family reunion special or update episode that could give insight into where each family member is now, especially the less visible ones like Jackson. Given the continued interest in the family, networks or streaming platforms might consider revisiting the Bates, even if just in a limited format. Jackson's surprise transformation could be a perfect starting point for such a feature. A number of lingering questions remain among fans. What has Jackson been doing since the show ended? Is he working in a specific trade or pursuing education? Will he eventually enter a courtship, like many of his siblings? Does he plan to join social media, or will he continue to keep a low profile? Has his perspective on family life or the show changed since growing older? These questions reflect the curiosity viewers feel toward the Bates children they haven't seen in a while. While it's entirely valid for Jackson to value his privacy, it's also understandable that longtime viewers feel a connection to him and wonder how he's doing. One key theme in Jackson's unexpected spotlight moment is the ongoing challenge of balancing public exposure and private growth. In large reality TV families like the Bates or the Duggars, individual members often have to decide whether they want to be associated with the family brand or carve out their own path. Some, like Jackson, appear to be choosing the latter. This decision may be shaped by several factors, including personal temperament, interest in fame, and life goals. The fact that Jackson hasn't launched a public platform of his own may signal that he values independence and privacy over visibility and influence. On the other hand, if his life path shifts toward entrepreneurship or advocacy, he may eventually feel comfortable sharing more publicly. Regardless of what he chooses, the support from fans seems strong. Many comments on the photo praised him for looking happy and healthy, regardless of whether fans recognized him immediately. There seems to be widespread appreciation for the idea that everyone grows and changes at their own pace, and not all of it needs to happen online. Jackson Bates' recent appearance may have caught fans off guard, but it also served as a powerful reminder of how much people can change when they step away from the camera. His transformation, physical and perhaps personal, sparked intrigue, admiration, and curiosity. Though many fans didn't recognize him at first, their interest in his well-being and future remains high. Whether Jackson chooses to stay private or re-emerge more publicly, the attention surrounding him shows that Bringing Up Bates still holds a significant place in the hearts of viewers. It also suggests that fans are ready and willing to welcome any of the Bates children back into the spotlight if and when they're ready. Until then, Jackson's surprise photo moment will continue to fuel speculation and admiration among the show's dedicated followers. Kellybates and Brandon Kylan tell fans about their family plans. Michaela Bates and Brandon Kylan, a couple known from the reality TV series Bringing Up Bates, have long been admired for their quiet strength, faith, and devotion to each other. Over the years, fans have followed their journey from courtship to marriage and beyond, watching closely as the two have handled life's joys and challenges with grace. In a recent public update, Michaela and Brandon opened up to their supporters about their current thoughts on family life and their future together. This candid insight into their private world touched many, especially given the deeply personal nature of the topic, their plans for starting a family. The couple began their discussion by acknowledging the love and encouragement they have received from fans and well-wishers throughout their journey. Michaela explained that she and Brandon have always valued transparency, especially when it comes to the issues that matter most. For them, family planning has been an emotional topic, one they have grappled with for several years. They expressed their deep gratitude for the patience, prayers, and respect their community has shown as they navigated this journey. Michaela, in particular, has been open in the past about her health struggles and the challenges the couple has faced with infertility. In their latest update, she reiterated that while they still deeply desire to be parents, they also understand that some things are beyond their control. The couple shared that they have spent years praying, researching, and exploring every possible option that might bring them closer to their dream of starting a family. Brandon reflected on how their relationship has strengthened in the face of these trials. He stated that although the past few years have brought heartache, they have also brought clarity. He praised Michaela for her resilience and optimism, even when the path ahead has seemed uncertain. According to Brandon, the couple has leaned on their faith during the hardest times, believing that their lives have a purpose, even if it doesn't unfold exactly as they had imagined. One of the significant revelations from the update was that Michaela and Brandon are now seriously considering other avenues to grow their family. Adoption, which has been discussed privately between them for some time, is now something they are actively researching and praying over. Michaela mentioned that they've always had a heart for children in need and feel a calling to open their home to those who might not otherwise experience a loving family environment. She emphasized that this is not a decision they take lightly, and they are in the process of educating themselves about the many layers involved: legal, emotional, and spiritual. The couple also talked about the societal pressures that come with being public figures. Michaela acknowledged that being part of a large, well-known family often invites assumptions and questions, particularly about children. She shared that while most people mean well, the persistent inquiries about when they will have children can be emotionally taxing. Michaela encouraged fans and followers to be mindful when approaching sensitive topics with others, noting that not every couple's journey is the same, and some paths take longer or look different than expected. As the conversation progressed, the Kylans delved into how their faith plays a central role in their decision-making process. Michaela emphasized that they continue to place their trust in God's timing. She expressed that although unanswered prayers can be discouraging, she believes there is a greater plan in motion. Brandon echoed this sentiment, stating that they are open to wherever that plan might lead, whether it involves biological children, adoption, or other forms of parenting or mentorship. In addition to adoption, the couple briefly discussed the possibility of fostering children in the future. Michaela shared that she has been studying early childhood development and family support models in her spare time, hoping to better prepare herself emotionally and practically for any path they choose. Brandon mentioned that they've also connected with other couples who have gone through similar journeys and have found community and wisdom in those conversations. Another important point raised in their update was the significance of emotional health and communication in their relationship. Michaela spoke about the importance of checking in with each other regularly and being honest about their feelings, particularly when they face disappointment. Brandon added that they've also sought professional counseling at times to help them process their emotions and maintain a strong connection. They recommended that other couples going through similar experiences not shy away from seeking support, whether from faith leaders, counselors, or trusted friends. The Kylans took time to thank their followers, not just for their prayers, but also for respecting their privacy during moments when they chose not to share every detail publicly. Michaela acknowledged that, while she has chosen to speak out about some aspects of their fertility journey, other parts remain deeply personal. She emphasized that this balance between openness and privacy is one they are continually learning how to manage. In reflecting on their marriage, both Michaela and Brandon expressed gratitude for the life they've built together. They said that although their family might not look like others, they are proud of the love, trust, and joy that fills their home. Michaela mentioned that they have nieces and nephews they adore, and spending time with them has only deepened their longing for a family of their own. Yet, she made it clear that their happiness is not defined solely by whether or not they become parents, but by their faith, their relationship, and their commitment to living purposefully. Brandon took a moment to speak directly to other couples facing similar struggles, offering encouragement and solidarity. He acknowledged that it can feel lonely at times, but reminded listeners that they are not alone. He shared that some of the most meaningful moments in his and Michaela's marriage have come through adversity, as they have learned to support and understand each other in deeper ways. Toward the conclusion of their message, Michaela expressed hope for the future. She explained that while they do not have all the answers, they are at peace with the steps they are taking, whether through adoption, fostering, or possibly even biological means in the future. They believe their family will grow in the way it is meant to. She asked for continued prayers, not just for them, but for all couples facing the heartbreak of infertility, the challenges of adoption, or the emotional complexities of family planning. Brandon ended the update by emphasizing that this chapter of their lives, though filled with uncertainty, is also filled with hope. He and Michaela are united in their vision for the future, no matter how long the road ahead may be. They believe that love, faith, and perseverance will guide them forward. In closing, the couple reaffirmed their commitment to each other and to whatever path life lays out for them. They expressed their continued appreciation for the outpouring of support and reminded fans that, while they might not have all the answers today, they are moving forward together, step by step, with open hearts. This deeply personal update from Michaela Bates and Brandon Kylan offers a rare and honest look into the emotional complexities of family planning. By sharing their story, they not only inform their fans, but also create space for compassion, understanding, and support among those going through similar struggles. As they continue on their journey, their transparency and faith remain a source of inspiration for many.